Hey everyone, glad you are with us today. I am in the beautiful coastal town of St. Simons Island, Georgia. It's just located about halfway between Savannah, Georgia and Jacksonville, Florida. Today I'll be fishing with my good friend, Captain TJ Cheek of Coastal Georgia Charter Fishing. TJ tells me he's been on an incredible tarpon bite for the last few weeks, so I could not resist the temptation to come on down and try my luck with such majestic fish. Fox Sports Outdoors is on the air right now.
You're watching the only program with weekly fishing reports and real-time outdoor news from the Southwest region. This is Fox Sports Outdoors.
Hey, welcome to the show. I'm Captain Rob Ferris, and as a captain and tournament angler, I've been fortunate enough to have fished much of the offshore and inshore waters of this great nation from Maine to Texas. Today, I'm in beautiful St. Simons Island, Georgia. This part of the country is known for having multiple saltwater species in both near and offshore waters. Anything from flounder, speckled trout, redfish in the marsh and inlets, to kingfish, dolphin, and billfish offshore. Today, we're going to be targeting the majestic tarpon. These fish can grow to enormous sizes, well over 200 pounds. We probably won't get to see any of those giants today, but we hope to see a few fish in the 80 to 100 pound range. Tarpon typically will spawn from April to July on the major moon phases in the near offshore waters. They commonly are found in the coastal waters of Florida. They can often be located as far north as Hatteras, North Carolina. You can also expect on the show today to receive fishing reports from your local region from our insider reporters. Let's go to the FSN studios with your weekly planner.
Great news, everyone. The Salooner tables are indicating that this weekend will offer some fantastic fishing. Saturday's conditions are anticipated to be among the best of the month, while Sunday's game fish activity is listed as excellent. Look for the sun to rise at 7:35 and set at 7:37. And evenings will have a new moon on Saturday. Hang with us for freshwater and coastal information from around the region. Plus, 2014 Classic champion Randy Howell joins me for this week's Ask the Pro question.
So Captain TJ, I know we're going to go look for some tarpon. How are we going to do it?
Well, first thing we're going to do is go get some bait. Typically this bait will be found offshore on a low tide and inshore on a high tide. But right now it's low tide and we've been catching the bait right there near the beach. So as the tide comes in, the bait's going to get flushed up the river. So we're just going to catch it right there on the beach, and then we're going to move up the river and get ahead of it. We're going to set up on a sandbar where the tarpon will stage and wait on the bait to get to them, and we're going to get there first and catch them before the bait gets there.
And what's the tide doing right now?
It's coming in. It's low tide. It's going to be coming in the whole day while we're out here.
Sounds good. All right, let's go. We're anchored here in a spot where the bar comes up, and there's tarpon rolling right behind us here. So as the bait comes by us, the tarpon are feeding and picking them off, and we're just trying to mimic the same bait. So,
exactly. The deer hunters will really understand that this is more or less a choke point. There's
right.
20 feet of water up ahead of us. I just hear tarpon crushing baits everywhere. There's 20 feet of water up ahead of us, and that gets funneled down into about 10 feet where we're sitting. There's several sandbars with humps, and it's much easier for those fish to sit in that 10 feet of water and let the bait get funneled to them instead of trying to hunt it in 20 feet of water up ahead of us.
Right.
And we're just placing our baits where these fish stage and wait on the bait to get flushed in.
Fox Sports Outdoors is brought to you by Tracker Boats. It's more than a boat, it's a tracker. Mercury Outboards, go boldly. Lowrance and the new Hook 2, the world's easiest fish finder. And Louisiana Travel. Plan your fishing trip at louisianatravel.com.
I'm gonna have to go up front here. Oh, oh, look at that! Woo! Oh, that's it. I think we got one on. Well, folks, if you're just joining us, we are hooked up on some tarpon. I got my good friend, Captain TJ Cheeks.
There he goes.
And we are dancing with the kings. Oh!
Putting on a show for you, Rob.
He is a big fish, too.
He's a good one.
We are having some fun. We are actually light lining some live menhaden back in this current rip. And seems to be paying off so far. We got other fish eating right here next to us, TJ.
Nice. We'll get to those in a minute. They're not going anywhere. They're going to hang out because lunch is on the way. All that bait that we ran through to get here, it's all coming here. It's going to be a tarpon buffet.
There we go. There he is right here.
A little bit.
Cork's coming up. There's the leader.
That cork will keep sliding on.
Yep, that's all right. Look at that beautiful fish. Beautiful fish.
See if we can get the leader touch.
Don't jump right here. Oh, come here, big girl. I don't want to horse her too much, TJ.
Oh, it'll be all right. Do what you think you got to do, Rob. I trust you. We'll get out your way in case we got a fire drill to run.
I'm gonna have to go up front here. Oh, look at that! Woo! That's a nice size fish too. What do you think she weighs?
At least 100. I've always felt that when the adrenaline's flowing is not the time to estimate a fish.
Yeah. I just want to get another peek at her.
Yeah. And the best part is the fun's just starting.
Oh, come here. I can't get her away from that anchor. There she goes. There we go.
Yep, gonna surface out here.
There she is. Well, she's just out there pulling against me and the current, TJ.
Yep, you just got her turned around, Rob.
She's just now coming back. I'm gonna have to walk around the other side.
I'm gonna get out your way so you can do what you gotta do. I'm just gonna drift with her as fast as this current is. I don't want to get right on top of her, because then you'll have to negotiate the boat too much.
We'll try to get her a little closer and we'll be back in just a minute.
Hey, as most of us fishermen with gray hair learned at an early age, when you see the trees budding here in Oklahoma, that means the fish are headed to the creeks. That seems to be the case based on the fishing reports I'm getting in from many places across the state. Lots of white bass and crappie are being caught now up in those river sections, in the smaller creek areas, in about 8 foot of water. Your best luck seems to be coming in that upper half of the column, about 3 to 4 foot deep, and using your little swim tail action type baits like the Bobby Garland swimming minnow or the Bobby Garland stroller. Stay with your pearl color variations, your shad type colors, and rig it on a 3/16 ounce jig head. Make a cast quartering upstream into the current, reel it back down quickly, trying to keep that bait in the upper level. You can catch those crappie and white bass in a number of areas right now. Think about the creeks. As far as the largemouth bass fishing and some smallmouth, still some good reports coming in on umbrella rigs going to the opposite end of the lakes. Go down to the dam area, the clear water, the deeper water. Rig those umbrella rigs with some of the bigger swimming minnows, about 3.5 inches long. You can catch some really nice bass in the state doing that. Things are starting to green up, things are starting to warm up, the fishing's starting to heat up, and you can catch them, but you can't catch them if you don't go.
I tell you what, I fished all around the world, and this is as good a tarpon fishery as I've seen, TJ. Come on, girl. Put your head up. Oh, man.
You all right?
I'm fine. She's just still tough.
Yeah. Oh man, they
What's it
fight
been?
till the end. They fight all the way until you grab that face.
I'm trying not to put any excess drag on her, but at the same time, I want to get her back to the boat.
Yep, you're doing just right. You're putting enough heat on her to get her in quickly and ethically, but at the same time not cost you the fish, and that's all you can do. Let's try to get this leader touch.
There's a leader shot right there.
Got a leader touch.
Oh, fish. Come here, girl. Come here, girl. Come here, girl.
Good job. Now she's starting to circle a little tighter.
Except when she gets right there, then she goes straight back down.
Yep. She's gonna get mad when I grab this leader.
I don't doubt that. She's already been pretty mad.
That fish is bigger than I thought, Rob.
I know.
I was starting to doubt our estimates, and I'm absolutely certain of them now.
No, that fish is
Here she comes.
well over 100. Come here, girl. Keep her head up. Here we go, TJ. Oh, beautiful work, beautiful work. Beautiful work. Hang on to that fish there, buddy. Hang on, that is a beautiful fish. I'm gonna lose some drag a little bit.
Hey, that's a good
What do you
one,
think,
Rob.
sports fans? That is pretty, that's a good looking fish there.
People
Well,
don't even know that Georgia has a coast, much less a bunch of these
tarpon of this
awesome
caliber,
tarpon.
are they not? That is absolutely beautiful. I'm gonna go ahead and get the hook out. Man, she was hooked good.
Yep, she wasn't going anywhere, Rob. Nice.
Oh, hook's out. Let me just kind of support her in the middle, and as long as we don't have any beautiful fish.
Oh, man. Look at that.
What do you think?
That is
That's
nice
a Georgia
one, Rob.
tarpon, y'all. That is what do you think he is? He's well over 100.
Yeah, I'll go 120, Rob.
Yeah. So we need to get the boat in gear and kind of get her some air. So TJ's gonna hold on to her a little bit, get some air going through her gills.
I think she's ready, Rob.
She's ready, she'll let you know, but
You ready to
she's
send her
ready.
on, Rob?
I'm gonna take her out of gear so we don't get her with the props.
All right.
Good job, let her go. She's ready to go, we'll let her go.
Let's go.
There you go, beautiful, beautiful job.
Nice job, man.
Fantastic. Well, we're gonna get back at it. In the meantime, let's see what's happening in your area.
Hi folks, and welcome to this week's Lone Star Lakes, brought to you by Fiberworks Marine Collision. Fiberworks will work with your manufacturer to fix warranty repairs or work with your insurance company to fix those, well, unexpected little accidents, and they'll put it all back good as new. Now this week we're going to talk about crappie fishing. It's bust out all across the state of Texas, including Lake Ray Roberts and Cedar Creek Lake, where you'll find the crappie in the creeks. They're about halfway back and further, and they're up in the brush lining the sides of those creeks. It's very important that you give them a vertical presentation with your jigs and or crappie minnows, and you want to do that by using one of the longer crappie rods. You'll get one of those rods in 10, 12, even 14 feet. That'll help you reach out and give them that vertical presentation they need. Now, other lakes around the state are also going to see crappie moving back into those creeks as the weather gets warmer and we get nearer that full moon at the end of the month. That's this week's Lone Star Lakes, brought to you by Fiberworks Marine Collision. When good enough just isn't good enough. Now let's check in with Mr. Bill Olson. He's on the coast.
Hi folks, Texas Outdoors Journal brings you this week's report, and it has once again been named the #1 major outdoor magazine in Texas. You can count on timely, accurate hunting and fishing tips every month, 12 times a year from TOJ's top outdoor professionals. Pick up a copy of Texas Outdoors Journal on newsstands or subscribe and save at texasoutdoorsjournal.com or call 713-957-3997. Well, it is time to make a wind plan. On the upper coast, that means Keith Lake or the Louisiana Marsh and Bayous. The march along the ICW in West Galveston Bay to Freeport is another good option. Anglers can hide behind the barrier islands from Matagorda southward, also tuck into the back lakes as the tides rise. Tides will typically rise a couple of feet or more. Fish will be scattered, but throw a DOA PT7 in the grass. It's weedless and it is deadly. Solid trout come from Port Mansfield to Port Isabel. Use Padre Island as protection down south, and up north, head to the land cut. This weekend, both Saturday and Sunday have a double tide schedule of 2 high and 2 low tides each day. I'm Bill Olson, and I'll see you on the coast.
Fox Sports Outdoors is brought to you by Lou's. Feel the difference. Gene LaRue and Bobby Garland. We know bass and crappie from heads to tails. And by Glacier Glove. Stay outdoors longer with our gloves, hats, and shades.
There he goes, he's gonna come up. Oh, there he goes. Whoa, beautiful fish. They are all around us right now, TJ. We are surrounded by tarpon. So while TJ's on the bow casting a soft plastic, that fish we see rolling, I'm on the stern casting, doing the same thing with some soft plastics. We've got baits drifted out behind the back, and it's starting to get a little bit hectic in here. So we've already had 2 or 3 fish today. We've had probably 5 shots at fish. and we're just going to keep working at this thing, and hopefully something will roll up on one of our hooks in just a minute. But as you can see, we've got a nice rip behind us, and as the bait moves through, these tarpon are literally just busting right next to the side of the boat. They're rolling over, and we're getting our shots here and there with the soft plastics, but most of our bites today have been coming on the drifting, floating cork. So it's been a good day. I'm really impressed with this fishery out here, TJ. You got another one over there working?
That fish was not lazy.
No, that fish is eating pretty well. Let's go see what's happening in your area. Check on some fishing reports around your neighborhoods.
Hey friends, Cajun Phil here with your Fox Sports Southwest Louisiana Fishing Report, brought to you by the Cajun Paradise Lodge and Charters. I tell you what, we've been getting a lot of letters and people calling asking about Calcasieu River and Sabine River. I'd like to say, friends, don't go to either one right now. They're both high, they're both muddy. Water is horrible, especially on the Calcasieu. It's got everything messed up from Lake Charles, Prien, and the north part of Calcasieu Lake. Speaking of Calcasieu Lake, people have been saying, hey, are the speckled trout biting? You can find some speckled trout. You got to go to the south end of the lake or the east side of the lake, because that's where the clearer water is. That's where you'll catch your speckled trout. As far as redfish, it's on fire right now. Everybody's catching redfish. You can go to the jetties, catch a big old monster redfish. You can go to the weirs, catch a good keeper redfish. Go behind the weirs, catch some. So right now, if you're wanting to go saltwater fishing, you better be going after redfish. The trout are there. They will be biting in just a few weeks when that water starts to clear up a little bit. I tell you what, as far as the saltwater goes, I would go right now a little bit east, maybe towards Houma, Delacroix, Hopedale if you're wanting speckled trout.
There we go, we got one on. There he is. Whoa! Another nice tarpon. Another nice tarpon. And just picked up this floating bait.
Yeah, you're kind of in a lottery whenever all this bait's flushing through like it is right now. These pogies or menhaden are flushing through by the thousands.
TJ, this fish is right here.
All right. Well, you do
there
that,
he goes. He's gonna come up.
Housekeeping.
Oh, there he goes. Whoa, beautiful fish. I tell you what, this is fun, TJ. Folks, we are on the coast of Georgia, St. Simon's Island. And I tell you what, I've fished all around the world, and this is as good a tarpon fishery as I've seen, TJ. You know, this fish doesn't even know that I'm attached to her, I don't believe. She's just swimming next to the boat.
No, she's gonna get mad at you here in a minute, though.
I hope she don't jump in the boat, because that last one we had on, I fought for about 30 minutes. There she comes, TJ. She might do another show for us. This one, oh, she come off. Pulled free. That's probably a little bit my fault. Got her too close to the boat high sticker, but she just pulled free.
Yeah, good job, man.
You can always watch our latest episode on the front page of our website at foxsportsoutdoors.com. Catch up on past episodes by clicking the archive button and learn about fishing techniques and new gear at our how-to page. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter for new fishing videos every day. Simply search for Fox Sports Outdoors and click the like button on Facebook and follow button on Twitter. And watch a new episode every week on any device by downloading the free Waypoint TV app on your phone, tablet, computer, or smart TV. Fox Sports Outdoors is brought to you by Motor Guide's new wireless and easy-to-use XI3. XI batteries, powering the world forward. Waypoint Marine, the Gulf Coast's leading saltwater boating specialist. And Strike King, designed by the pros, fished by you.
Welcome back, everyone. It's time for the Ask the Pro segment, where viewers get expert answers from fishing's top anglers. This week's question comes from Tyler, who asks, is there a technique to specifically target spotted bass? For the answer, we checked with the 2014 Bassmaster Classic champion, Randy Howell.
Hey, spotted bass now, you want to catch a big spotted bass, I love those. Alabama spotted bass, Coosa River's where I grew up fishing a lot. If you want to catch a big spot in the springtime, 2 different ways, a big crankbait, a Livingston lure, a howler crankbait, a crawfish color like I won the Classic on, that's a good way to catch a big spot. Another way is a Carolina rig with a Yamamoto 5-inch green pumpkin Cinco, 3-foot leader, cover a lot of water in that 5 to 10 foot range, and those big spots that are out there spawning deep will bite that Cinco. So I hope that helps you catch more fish.
Thanks, Randy. If you have something to ask one of our experts, simply visit foxsportsoutdoors.com and follow the Ask the Pro link to submit your question. Now it's time to see who wins our Big Catch of the Week contest.
This week's winner on Big Catch of the Week contest is Derek Causey of Houston with a 7-pound speckled trout he caught at Port Mansfield, Texas. To enter the contest for a chance to see your fish right here on the show, just visit our website at foxsportsoutdoors.com. Click on the link to the right side of the page and follow the instructions. Well, we've taken a break from a storm. In fact, you can probably hear a little thunder in the background. We've had some great action so far. TJ, we came back to the dock. So TJ, while we're here, let's kind of go over what we're using.
Okay. So as far as rod and reel, we're using a 7-foot heavy action rod, 50 to 100 pound. Reason for that is I want that rod to start setting the hook from the minute the tarpon puts tension on it. If he starts to feel a little bit of tension and that hook's not being driven in, he's going to spin around, open his mouth, and the hook's going to fly out. So I don't really want a soft tip on the rod. I want to drive that hook in using a reel that holds a lot of line that we can put some good drag on in case he starts stretching us out. We want to be able to put the brakes on him. 65-pound braid main line. And as far as terminal tackle, I like to fish at least 2 float lines. Most of those tarpon are feeding on the surface when they come through with that bait. They're under the bait and they're feeding up towards the surface. So I want to pack as many baits as I can into that strike zone. So I fish at least 2 float lines with this little 2-inch cork. It's a 2-inch oval with a peg. And I like to slide that cork right down over the snap swivel. That helps cover that snap swivel so it's not a snag hazard with your main line. And then I just do a surgeon's loop to snap my swivel into, about 5 feet of 80-pound monofilament or fluorocarbon leader, depending on how clear the water is. And then a good 8 or 9/0 circle hook. There's something that you want to really look for in your hooks. One is a good chisel tip, because you're going to have to get through some pretty hard stuff on that tarpon. The second thing is if you have a true traditional circle hook that doesn't have that little bit of extra bend right there for the bait, the nose of that bait to rest in, a lot of times you'll wind up fouling your hook. It'll come out of the bait and turn around and re-hook it, and you'll have your bait double hooked, and that'll hide the tip of your hook and you'll lose that fish. So you want to have a place for that bait to stick that leaves the point of that hook exposed.
Hey, thanks for joining us. Hope you learned some things on how to find and catch tarpon here in St. Simons Island, Georgia. If you'd like to try this, give Captain TJ Cheek a call or visit his website, charterfish.com. I'm sure you'll have a great time. I'm Captain Rob Ferris. Barry will be back next week. So until next time, go out and enjoy the outdoors.